Welcome to the Soccer Tavern, where we're discussing the history, culture, and philosophy of the beautiful game. My name is Dave, and in this video, we're talking about the history of Liverpool Football Club. I'm joined by the biggest Liverpool fan I know, my brother Christian. Christian, welcome to the Soccer Tavern. You ready to talk some Liverpool Football Club?
Hey Dave, you know I'm ready, so let's pull up a seat and get the discussion started.
Liverpool FC is located in the northern part of the city of Liverpool. Liverpool is located in the northwest part of England in the United Kingdom. The club currently play in the Premier League, and its home ground is called Anfield, which opened in 1884, but Liverpool have been using it since 1892, which we'll discuss in our next section. Anfield holds about 54,000 people.
On March 15th, 1892, John Holding was voted off the board at Everton Football Club. Holding owned the stadium of Anfield and did the logical thing when you own a stadium and don't have a team. You form a club. He called the club Everton Athletic at first, but after the Football League refused to recognize that name due to Everton FC already existing, the club's name was changed to Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool Football Club was formally recognized by the Board of Trade on June 3rd, 1892, making it Liverpool's official recognized birthday.
The club has two nicknames. Both are relatively simple to explain: the Reds and Pool. The club's main color is red, so they're called the Reds. And the Pool nickname comes from the last part of the city of Liverpool's name. Both are super creative, we know.
The modern crest is a simplified liverbird with a piece of seaweed in its beak, making it easy to identify in the digital age. I love more intricate crests, so instead, let's talk about one of the club's more recent crests. The crest is based upon the city's coat of arms, where the liverbird is prominent. The liverbird is not a real bird and actually comes from the 1600s, when an artist had to redesign the city crest and combine an eagle with a cormorant, which is a common bird in the Liverpool area. In the bird's beak is a piece of seaweed due to Liverpool's relationship with the sea as its a port city. At the top of the crest is the Shankly Gates, which is erected in 1972 at the entrance of Anfield's main car park. It's since been moved to a symbolic place outside Anfield and no longer serves a practical purpose, but still holds plenty of significance for the club and its fans. The club's famous anthem of "You'll Never Walk Alone" is included in the crest with the founding date of 1892. The two torches on either side of the logo are justice flames, honoring the memory of the victims of the Hillsborough disaster, which we'll share with you in our next segment. The green color does not appear to have any known significance other than it's been used with Liverpool FC dating back more than 50 years. Also, you'll sometimes see a version of the liverbird crest in yellow, which is a nod to the city's official colors of red and yellow.
Liverpool has many important events in the club's history, but we'd like to discuss three of them in this section: the Heysel disaster, the Hillsborough disaster, and the miracle of Istanbul. On May 29, 1985, Liverpool played Juventus in the European Cup final, now known as the Champions League, in the Heysel Stadium in Brussels, Belgium. Before the match, there were calls from both clubs not to go forward due to the stadium's dilapidated condition, but the match went ahead. During the match, a section of Liverpool fans rushed a section of Juventus fans on the terraces, which was a common practice at the time, but the rush of people forced the stand to collapse. The collapse and crush of people caused 39 deaths, mainly Juventus fans. Inexplicably, the match actually continued as officials claimed that they believed stopping the match would cause more problems. Juventus ended up winning 1-0. Now, the fallout from this tragedy led to all English clubs being banned from European competitions for 5 seasons.
Unfortunately, that is not the only disaster in the club's history. On April 15th, 1989, 96 Liverpool fans were killed at the Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield at Liverpool's FA Cup semi-final match with Nottingham Forest. It is still the worst stadium-related disaster in English sports history. For years, police blamed fans for causing the crush as the match got underway. However, Liverpool fans have always maintained that the police and other authorities were responsible for the safety on that day who were at fault for the disaster. Finally, in April 2016, a jury ruled that the victims had been unlawfully killed following failures by police and ambulance services. 6 people were charged in June 2017 for crimes related to the disaster, and there was finally some justice for the 96. If there are any positives to be taken from this tragedy, it is that it forced increased regulations and standards for stadiums and crowd behavior that led to vastly increased safety for supporters. ESPN has a fantastic 30 for 30 on this, which we'll link in the video description, and you should please go check that out.
The final event we want to discuss is a happy one and comes from 2005. It's called the Miracle of Istanbul. On May 28, 2005, Liverpool played AC Milan in the final of the Champions League in Istanbul, Turkey. It was Liverpool's first top-tier European Cup final since the Heysel disaster. The club was down 1-0 within 53 seconds and trailed 3-0 at halftime. But against all odds and expectations, the club scored 3 goals in a 6-minute span from the 54th to 60th minute, and the two clubs remained level throughout the remainder of the match. It went to penalties. Most memorably from the penalties was Liverpool keeper Jerzy Dudek's antics before AC Milan shots. He danced around and just behaved ridiculously. His antics worked, though, as he saved Andrei Shevchenko's penalty to win the match 3-2 on penalties for Liverpool. It remains one of the most dramatic and improbable Champions League comebacks in history. This is actually one of the main reasons why I became a Liverpool fan, and I think Christian as well.
The most passionate fans stand in the cop behind the goal Liverpool generally attack in the second half of home matches. If you are watching a game on television, it is the goal to the right of the screen. The Kop name comes from a battle in the Boer War where 300 people lost their lives, many of which came from the city of Liverpool.
And of course, we can't talk about Liverpool supporters without mentioning the song You'll Never Walk Alone. The song comes from a 1945 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical called Carousel, with the most famous version of the song coming from Jerry and the Pacemakers, a local Liverpool band. The song was first reported to be sung on the terraces by supporters in 1963. By 1965, Liverpool fans could be heard belting out You'll Never Walk Alone during the FA Cup final win over Leeds United. That is when it became nationally known as the club's anthem. Finally, this was the song my mother and I chose to dance to at my wedding, so it holds a special place in my heart.
A successful and storied club like Liverpool is sure to have many amazing players throughout their history, but for the sake of time, we're going to tell you about 3 of them here. Kenny Dalglish joined Liverpool for what was at the time a transfer record between 2 British clubs of £440,000 from Celtic. He led Liverpool to 3 European Cups, 5 league titles, and 4 League Cups solely as a player. He then took over as a player-manager where he won 3 more league titles and 2 FA Cups. Liverpool recently dedicated a stand to their King Kenny at Anfield.
Michael Owen also deserves mention here because although he didn't have the longest or greatest career, he remains the only Liverpool player to have won the Ballon d'Or, which is given to the best player in the world. He won the award in 2001 as a 21-year-old, but that was unfortunately likely the pinnacle of his career.
And finally, Steven Gerrard, a.k.a. Stevie G, a.k.a. Captain Fantastic. He is from the city of Liverpool and joined the club when he was just 9 years old. He made his first team debut in 1998, captained the club in 2003 at just 23 years old, and then captained them for 12 more years after that, until he left the club in 2015 to join LA Galaxy for just a handful of seasons. He won many trophies for Liverpool, but unfortunately was unable to get his hands on that Premier League trophy. Gerrard was captain for the Miracle of Istanbul and scored stunning, timely goals for the club throughout his tenure there. He is absolutely a legend for this club and Dave and my favorite player of all time.
Bill Shankly took over as Liverpool manager in 1959 and is largely credited with turning around the club's fortunes from a middling second division club into a perennial trophy contending side at the top level. He won 3 First Division titles, 2 FA Cups, and a UEFA Cup, now known as the Champions League. He also established Liverpool's famous boot room, where he would have detailed discussions on tactics with his coaching staff that was seen as rather revolutionary at the time.
Bob Paisley then took over directly from Bill Shankly in 1974 and made Liverpool into a true domestic and international powerhouse. He led the club to 6 league titles, 3 European Cups, 1 UEFA Cup, 3 League Cups, and personally, he won Manager of the Year 6 times. Also, current manager Jurgen Klopp is recognized as one of the best managers in the world and plays heavy metal attacking soccer that makes for a truly entertaining match. And Dave and I couldn't be happier with watching the way that they have progressed under Jurgen Klopp.
Liverpool's biggest rivals are Everton and Manchester United. The Everton and Liverpool rivalry dates back to the founding of Liverpool FC, which we discussed earlier. Matches between the sides are called Merseyside derbies in reference to the county that the city of Liverpool resides in and the local River Mersey. The clubs play in stadiums less than 1 mile apart, which definitely helps this rivalry as proximity is a great ingredient to rivalry. Though the clubs have always been rivals, the rivalry didn't really heat up until the 1980s when both sides became very successful in England and Europe. The two clubs have played each other over 230 times, but this rivalry is definitely a little peculiar. Matches are incredibly intense on the pitch and in the stands, but there's no real hatred or violence between supporters. It's common to see families made up of both Liverpool and Everton supporters, which makes this quite a unique rivalry.
The rivalry with Manchester United stems from the natural rivalry between the cities of Liverpool and Manchester. That dates back to the 19th century when the Manchester Ship Canal was built to bypass the city of Liverpool and its control of trade and commerce in the area. From a soccer perspective, Liverpool became dominant in the 1970s and 1980s. So, in the late 1980s, when Manchester United hired Sir Alex Ferguson and he started to build a squad that could repeatedly win trophies, Liverpool were the natural target. And as Sir Alex Ferguson said, he wanted to knock Liverpool off their perch. I think he did. The combination between the cities being rivals and the two most successful clubs in England has helped make this the fiercest rivalry you see in England today.
The stats and records we're about to discuss are as of March 2018, which is when we are recording this video. Liverpool have spent 103 seasons in the top flight in their history. The club has 41 major trophies, including 18 First Division titles, 8 League Cups, 7 FA Cups, 5 European Cups or Champions Leagues, and 3 UEFA Cups or Europa Leagues. The Reds have won the European Cup or Champions League, UEFA Cup or Europa League, and the League Cup more than any other English side in history. The club's record first-team appearance holder is Ian Callaghan with 857 appearances. The club's record goal scorer is Ian Rush with 346 goals. Liverpool's clean sheet record holder is Ray Clements with 323 clean sheets.
The club's record transfer purchase was Virgil van Dijk from Southampton FC on January 1st, 2018 for about £75 million. The club's record transfer sale was Felipe Coutinho to FC Barcelona in Spain just 1 week after that record purchase, and that was for £145 million. One more interesting fact about the club. Liverpool have not finished below 8th in the First Division or Premier League since they were promoted back to the top flight for the 1962-63 season. That is 55 consecutive years and counting at the recording of this video. Very impressive.
So, there you have it, a bit of history on Liverpool Football Club. Let's continue this discussion in the comment section below the video. Thanks for stopping by the Soccer Tavern. Christian, thank you for being here. Hope to see you again soon.
Cheers.